Alright, we have now completed our study of biological macromolecules. How many different categories are there? 4. We first studied carbohydrates, including monosaccharides, disaccharides, and polysaccharides. We next studied lipids and concentrated on fats and oils. We then studied proteins and probably emphasized enzymes more than anything else. And nucleic acids, we talked about both DNA and RNA. And as you can well imagine, all 4 of those types of macromolecules will be well covered in your soon coming Module 1 through 4 test. Now, the last little section of this lesson has to do with a molecule called ATP. What does ATP stand for? Well, the A stands for adenosine, which is a combination of ribose and adenine. So you kind of stick that little os up in there and you get adenosine. So A is for adenosine, TP, that's for the 3 phosphate groups, triphosphate. So an ATP molecule has an adenine, a ribose, and 3 phosphates. Now part of this ATP molecule, these parts right here, these 3 parts together, resemble something we just finished talking about. And what is that? Phosphate, ribose, adenine? Kind of like a nucleotide, right? Which nucleotide? A nucleotide of DNA or RNA? Phosphate, ribose, adenine, that would be a nucleotide of RNA, right? Because of the ribose sugar. Phosphate, ribose, adenine. And so, is this a nucleotide? No, it's got the same parts as a particular nucleotide plus 2 more phosphates tacked on. Alright, that's the tie with what we've just talked about. What is the connection with where we're going? The connection with where we're going is energy. We see the words energy. And so ATP has something to do with energy. In your book, it says the ATP molecule is the most important energy transfer molecule in cells. And so what do ATP molecules do? They transfer energy from place to place within a cell. How does that happen? Well, we see this little bond up here between the last 2 phosphates. It looks like it's got some radiation going. What does that mean? Well, that represents an unstable bond. It is a bond that can break easily. Here it is, broken. And so something happens when that bond is broken. Energy is released. We have an energy circle here we're going to talk about, and energy is released when the bond is broken. But when the phosphate is tacked back on, energy is stored. The term for energy stored in a bond of a complex molecule is chemical energy. And so there's chemical energy there that is released when the bond is broken. Chemical energy is stored right there when the bond is formed. And so this is a cycle. Our cells have millions of these molecules that are carrying energy from place to place within a cell. They pick up energy by forming this bond and release energy by the breaking of that bond. Alright, that gets us started. Now let's go to a dry erase presentation for a little bit more of an explanation about ATP.